Hello and welcome to another JDS Meow Kitty gaming video. So here we have I think someone's come in a little bit hot, trying to make their way to the final day of the Invictus 2953 event. This is the Defensecon. I think they might have opened the ramp and just jumped out the back. Doesn't look like there's anyone inside. This is a Pisces ship. Not supposed to be that way oriented, that's for sure. The reason why I've come from the hangar, because the Defensecon is just around the corner. So we'll store my ship.
Welcome to the
And I'm in the Max. Quite like the Max ship. Freelancer Max. Alright, so it's just around to the right. You can see the red writing on the top. Some red posters. We'll head around here. There's 3 people standing there for no reason. There's the black elevators. Doesn't look promising. There we go. What? There's only one button. Okay. Alright, let's check the other lift. No. So we'll have to change servers. It was started back in the residence and we'll head back through the corridor. Check the lift again. And do we have 2 buttons? Yes, we do. Let's go to the Drake Defensecon. So this is going back in time, May 27th and 28th. Let's check out the merchandise over here. Got some pamphlets here. Got the Vulture on it, a salvage ship. On the other side we have a dragonfly little model. Some t-shirts, some hats. Okay. Let's head towards the first ship. It is the Corsair. Read the little plaque there. Now to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Corsair. I don't quite understand why it's got the 3 wings that retract in and out. I guess it make it so it can fit into a small area, but then takes up more vertical space. It's got a pretty big cargo bay in the back. As you can close the... No, can't do anything with that. I must apologize. I zoomed through all these videos because I think I was trying to do something before my kids woke up from sleep. So I've slowed it down a little bit to see whether I can view things a bit better. So we're going to check out the armor room and the change room where you can put your armor suits, and there's also a airlock out the side. A little button there, you can press it, opens up. Gun racks, yeah. Yeah, that's an engineer station. I just went past there. Waiting for the door to open. There's the communal area. Food, you can make little food there, little metal trays. Across here we have the toilet and shower. And the sink. It's a bit dark. On the other side we have the sleeping quarters. Each room has a little button to open up the lockers, store some more equipment. And a bed. Same with the next. And then we have a lift. We'll check out the lift in a second. There we go. Now this one has three levers that you can pull. You can read the writing there. Going to the roof there, pull the left. Go up to the top. It's pretty nifty being able to go to the roof. Not sure exactly when you would use it, but you can walk around on the roof of it. I guess if you've got some guns, you could defend an area. Just checking out the showroom. And at the back here, we have the top remote turret. Now let's head back down. Now if we pull the right lever, I think it's the right lever. Yeah, if you pull the right lever, we'll go straight through to the ground exit. So this ship has 3 ways of getting out of it. Now at the bottom, we want to go back into the ship. So we'll pull the middle lever. And wait for the door to open. There we go. And we'll head on through to the cockpit. Oh no, sorry. This is the turret area. So we got the 2 side turrets. Port and starboard. Now we're in the cockpit area. There's a extra bed up the front here. Whoever needs to quickly jump into the pilot seat. The co-pilot and the pilot. Typical Drake fashion. There's a screen panel on the ground with some loose wires. Now we'll head on out. Check out the Drake Vulture next. It's a bit of a journey getting out of the Corsair though. You either have to wait for the lift or wait for the airlock door or run all the way back, lower the ramp, run out. And apparently it's quite easy to get torque imbalances in battle because the thrusters get affected quite easily. So we're going to the back of the Vulture. We've got the cargo dispenser. So this, as you're picking up the materials, it slowly builds up the bar at the top and you can create a box or you can create multi-tools and attachments from this little panel. And it spits it down. You can pick up the boxes moving around. We'll head up the ladder. We get to the top here. And I notice that the locker is open, so press the little button. And that closes. And inside the habitation area, I think there's a drink dispenser, I'm not sure. There's a bed, there's a toilet, and I think probably a shower. Looks like a little vent at the top. Or maybe it's just a toilet and that's an air vent to suck all the stink out. I'm trying to get the seat to go down, but it doesn't want to do it. Instead, I just locked myself in. Open that up. And we'll head to the cockpit. Pretty good visibility. I won't bother sitting down. The seat swivels around and takes a bit of time. But there's also a side door here with a ladder that you can climb up or just jump off for easy exit. Now we'll walk around or run around to the Buccaneer. It's a small nimble ship with quite a lot of guns that you can put on it, but they're all fairly small sized guns, so it takes a while to take someone down, but you can just keep on eating away. Then we have the Herald. A bit of a confusing ship in the game at the moment. It's supposed to be able to store data and make a quick escape and sell the data somewhere, or take the data to someone, but that isn't in the game yet. So it's just basically a big ship with a nice interior and a huge thruster on the back of it. I don't know how this thing goes left, right, or stops. It just has this huge thruster on the back and little tiny thrusters everywhere else. Now we're inside. You can see support seat where they can do some, I guess, some data reconnaissance there. Got a toilet up the back. Bunk bed. There's a sink with a whole lot of rust in it or blood, I'm not sure. There's the servers, I think. You can store the data. And up the front you have the cockpit. Don't know how this thing flies in that atmosphere. It's got these little tiny wings on it. But other than that, it's basically just a cruise missile. Okay, we'll go back out, and then we have the Drake Cutter, which is one of the new starter ships. It actually fits an STV in it, and in a pinch, a rock can fit in it if you don't close the back ramp. We'll head on in. It's got a toilet. A toilet shower, I believe. There's a bed on the right there. Go through and we have the personal inventory. So you can drag some items in there, put them in the locker. And then you can get in the cockpit seat there and it raises up a little bit and you can see out the front. I like the potential of that ship. I found that I didn't actually use it all that much since I have a Titan, and I find the cutter just too slow. And when you've got VTOL on and you move in any direction, it drops down in altitude. So next we have the Caterpillar. Now this ship, the ramps on the side aren't working as they're supposed to. They're supposed to be elevators and you can get things on and off, but at the moment you can't. So it makes it difficult to load and unload. It's a very long ship. I find it a bit difficult to land on planets where there's rocks and things like that, because you've got the ramp that comes out the bottom and you don't want to end up hitting a rock with that. Okay, so we will first have a look down the hallways. Got the engineering access. Where they got big engines there. Look like old V8 diesel engines. Got a turret in the middle. There's a engineer station up the back. Okay, we'll climb up the ladder. Now we're on the next floor. We've got the power plant access. Looks like maybe a giant battery. The upper hallway. And then on the left we have the server access. There's a whole lot of computers that store, I don't know what kind of data. If you're transporting data, I guess you've got some place to store it. Back into the upper hallway, go down the center hallway. Left, right, deciding which way to go. And this is... where are we? Tractor beam. So this is the starboard tractor beam, which hasn't been implemented into the game yet, but that will make it a lot easier storing things in the ship. The other way we have the command access. This is like a separate little module attached to the side of the ship. Got a co-pilot seat and a pilot seat. It's a very asymmetrical ship. You're sitting in the module on the side, trying to fly it with this big pointy thing out one side. We head down the bottom ladder. This is where the crew sleep. There's a shower there. Couple of beds. Sink. And at the end, we have the port side tractor beam. Now let's see what's out this door. No, it doesn't want to do anything. Can I interact with the access panel maybe? No. I'm not sure what that door's for. Well, I guess we'll head up the ladder again. Go up to the cockpit. Back out into this center hallway. Now we've got an EVA access where you can go out into space. There's an airlock. Won't let me open it. Then over here we have Module 1 access. This takes you to the gantry level or the cargo bays. through the next door. I don't think I'll run down all of these, so we'll go down the ladder. And whoa! What happened then? Just threw me off to the side. Now we're in the area where you store all your cargo. Run all the way to the end. We're up to 4. And then we're up to the cargo access at the end. There's another ramp here that is also useless. Got a little thing sticking out the front there. That's a parking sensor. We have a sensor system. Be good if they actually worked. We could fly up to something. Beep, 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 beep. We'll jump off the ramp. And we'll look at the Cutlass series. That's the Cutlass Blue, the police variant. And on display there is the infamous Cutlass Steel with all the Gatling guns out the side. So we'll check out the blue. This one has quantum jamming capabilities, so they can stop people from escaping. There are some prisoner pods. I guess at some stage it'll show the details of the people that are held in the capsules. There's an airlock off to the port and the starboard. And then we go to the habitation area, and there's a turret seat in the middle, a couple of beds, gun racks, a couple of lockers for storing personal items. The Cutlass Blue has probably the best visibility in the cockpit out of all the Cutlass series. Okay, so we'll head out. Try to go out the airlock. No, it doesn't want to let me. Guess we'll run out the back ramp. And we'll check out the Cutlass Red, the medical variant. Medical rescue, I should say, as it's written all the way down the side. You got ramp access in the back, like all the other Cutlass series. But in this one, we have a couple of regeneration beds. Now, you can't set your respawn on these beds, but you can heal, like, leg fractures and get your health back. Get your food and water, as you can see down the bottom left, so then you don't have to worry about drinking or eating food. You just jump on the bed. Alright. Same as the blue, there's airlocks off to the left and right. Port and starboard. This one has a toilet in the middle instead of a turret. There's the same bunk beds, same weapon racks, same personal locker. This one has the standard visibility out the front in the cockpit. So we'll head out of the Cutlass Red. And we'll head into the Cutlass Steel. Now, this was marketed as this ship that was going to dominate the Jump Town events. You just fly over the top and just rain down bullets. In reality, it's just a Drake Cutlass ship where the engines and the tractor wings on the front are easy to be blown off, and it doesn't have a whole lot of armor. So it's not really used, and it was marketed as quite a high price. There's a lot of seats in the middle. There's a turret in the middle of the cockpit. Bunk beds. Weapon racks. Locker. Same standard Drake visibility at the front. I think it would have been better if it didn't have the seats that are in the very center of the cargo bay, and instead you could fit a vehicle through the middle. Now last we have the Drake Cutlass Black, the very first variant that was released. and it's basically just a cargo variant. You can fit a couple of vehicles in there. You can fit a rock in there, so you can do some rock mining. Has a ramp out the back. Has 2 doorways that open up bigger than the red and blue. In the habitation area, have a turret in the middle, bunk beds, gun racks, lockers, and the standard Drake cockpit visibility. So we'll head out of the black. And that concludes all the ships that are at the Defensecon. So this is going back in time. 2 months ago, the Invictus 2953 Defensecon was being held, and I hope you enjoyed having a look around at all the ships that were being displayed. The Corsair has it has a lot of potential. I think it'll be a lot better once there's like proper armor included in the game. I've been a turret operator in the Corsair, and it just absolutely rains down firepower. It's not the most nimble ship. It's quite sluggish to turn, but you can fit quite a bit in the back of it. You've got a nice amount of beds. There's a table in the middle of it. The Vulture has opened up a whole different gameplay mechanic for Starcitizen. I've only actually done it once, where I picked up a salvage contract, went out, stripped the whole ship of the armor, put the cargo in the back. It didn't let me finish the contract for some reason. It stayed at 1% left, so I couldn't actually finish scraping the whole thing. Then I went and sold the goods and made 50,000 or something AUEC, and they're building on and more contracts on that one, so there'll be more to see with that one. The Caterpillar has a lot of potential. The cockpit module is supposed to be able to detach, so you can leave your cargo up in space and then go and land in your module. But right now it doesn't do that. The ramps don't go down all the way to the ground, so you can't load it up very easily. So right now it's a fairly flawed ship. It's quite nimble and has a lot of firepower for what it is though. So if you enjoyed this video, last day of the Invictus 2953 Defensecon, please like and subscribe for more content.